Hey everyone, we are starting a series of videos about entry-level Python. And so the first module we're going to be discussing in this series is just some basic concepts of Python. And our first lesson will be theoretical about interpreter and the compiler. But before moving on to what these two words mean, let's just speak a bit about high-level programming languages and the languages that we are pretty familiar with, like Python, JavaScript, Java, C++, C Sharp, and etc. So all these languages are actually called high-level languages because the syntax of those languages is written with the help of the words, numbers in decimal, and so every stuff that is very common in our life, and we use all of that a lot outside of programming. And so they are very close to the actual language that we are using. So that's why they are called high-level languages. But actually, when we write code in high-level language, our computer surely doesn't understand that language. So it needs to translate this language into a binary language. If you don't know what binary is, don't worry, we're going to talk about it in a couple of videos later. But just to briefly introduce you to binary numbers. So those are just sequences of ones and zeros. For example, this guy is a binary number. Okay, and so any code we write in any high-level language is first translated into this machine language, and then our computer, understanding that machine language, executes the necessary commands that we've given to him. Okay? And so based on how these translations are done, the high-level programming languages are categorized into two types: interpreting languages and compiling languages. And so interpreted languages are the ones like Python and JavaScript. Okay, so imagine if we write some code, some basic code here. So we will discuss all of the specifics of it later, but just now assume that we have a code consisting of 3 lines. So this is written in a high-level programming language, in this case, Python. So when we have this code, actually, as I said, Python is an interpreted language. So it's using an interpreter to communicate with the machine. And what does an interpreter do? It simply reads each instruction line by line and then executes it after moving to the next one. So this guy is actually called the variable. So by this line, we're just creating a variable. So our interpreter will read this line, will do all the necessary stuff. In this case, it will just allocate a memory for this variable and store its value. Then it will move on to the next line. Then, after doing all the stuff it needs for this line, it will move on to the next line, and after it will finish the whole program. Okay? So that is for interpreted languages. And the other type, as I mentioned, are compiled languages, for example, like C++ or Java. They are the type of compiled languages. And so what's the difference? Well, the difference is very fundamental, because in this case, it won't just translate, but do the action and move to the next line, but it's going to actually translate the whole code first. So it will compile the whole code that we wrote in a high-level language to machine language. And then, after doing full compilation, it will start executing line by line everything that has been translated into machine language. And so, as you can imagine, those are pretty different approaches. And so, actually, there isn't a perfect approach here. Both approaches have both positive and negative sides. So let's just briefly speak about the pros and cons of each approach. So compiled languages, their advantage is that they give more control over hardware. So with this compiler, it is more easy to just manipulate hardware like the CPU control and processing unit of the computer, the main unit that is responsible for all the operations. And actually, it is faster because it just doesn't translate, perform. it does one translation. So it takes some time to do the translation, but after it finishes the translation, it quickly performs the whole program. And the problem with a compiled language is that every time we make a change in our program, we'll need to compile it again, no matter on what line the change is. So if we change b equals 2 from 2 to 3, for example, to then A and C, as you can see here, were not affected by the change. But it doesn't matter. These guys are still being compiled again, and so it takes time, and it's pretty tedious to compile the code every time after you make a change. And actually, the compiled language generates a binary code. So compiler creates a machine code, but it might be different on different platforms. So in each platform, we will need to do separate compilations. We can just compile the code once and use it on all the computers. So on each computer, we will need to compile the code so that it will work fine. And now let's speak about interpreter languages. So the positive side is that, as you might guess, we don't need to compile everything if we make a change in a single line. But when the code just reaches that line, it will see the difference and it will execute the next command. All right. And they are more flexible, they are platform independent, and actually they take less size. But the main problem with interpreter languages is the compilation time, the time that the whole program runs. It takes usually longer than compiled languages, so that is the main advantage that compiled languages have over interpreted languages. But again, interpreters are also very common now, and as you know, Python and JavaScript are two very widespread languages. So it actually depends on the type of your task, which type of language that you want to use, an interpreted language or a compiled language. So that was all for the introduction to two types of languages. We're going to move on now to more Python-related topics starting from the next videos. Thank you for watching.